Hello guys, this is Adam and welcome to the Adam Lab, and we are back to the old setup, and this is the M1 Mac Studio, and it is the M1 Max with 32 gigabyte of RAM, 512 SSD. So this is the base model, and we will go ahead and turn it for the first time. And that's the LED. The monitor is opening. That's mean it's working. I need to connect the keyboard and I need to connect the mouse as well. But it seems like you need an Apple mouse or an Apple keyboard to do that. So turn it off and then turn it on and nothing. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna connect it by a cable. So this is the trick. You just need to connect whatever mouse or keyboard you have by a cable. Let's go ahead and set up the device, and we will choose English, of course, and not English UK. That would be English US. Yeah, not now. And then we need to connect to the internet. I didn't even do anything, it just picked up the password by itself. The beauty of Apple devices. Fun fact, the very first device I reviewed on this channel, and I actually unboxed, was a Mac Mini. So going full circle, right now we are with the Mac Mini Pro, or as we call it, Mac Studio. Very interesting. Okay, so here we are. Now we need to do a couple of optimizations, and we will go ahead and download a Blender as the first thing. And then with the Blender, we want to download Unreal Engine as well. But what I would like to know is system information. I want to know how many cores we have. 10 core for the CPU, so 8 core performance and 2 cores for efficiency. And for graphics, we have a number of cores that is 24, not the 32 like my M1 Max. So if we go to the Apple website right now, we will go to the Mac, and then we will go to the new Mac Studio and then click buy. What we will see is actually 24 core GPU and then 10 core CPU with 16 cores neural engine. And if you want to go to the 32 model instead of the 24, it's only $200 extra, which is not a very bad price. Apple Silicon version of Blender. And while we're at it, we might as well download Unity. For me personally, if I want to take a device, I will never go with 512 gigabytes. I would always go with something, at least for me, the minimum is 4 terabytes. But if it's for you, I would say the minimum that you can go with is 1 terabyte, the minimum. And then you can up from there. My M1 Max 32 core CPU and then 10 core GPU for the 16-inch MacBook Pro, it is 8 terabyte of storage. So I would either go that or go 4 terabytes, since this is a stationary machine, so I can plug external hard drives from the outside, because I hate external hard drives. But at least with those, I can just connect them in the back and then forget about them. So let's go ahead and install whatever we downloaded. In this case, it would be Epic Engine for Unreal Engine 5. Usually what I care about is the memory. So right now we are using 8 gigabyte. Do I think this machine is enough for development? I think it's enough for development, especially if you are doing web development. It would be cool. And granted, I don't want to look at it as, oh, the base model is bad, because this chip that it's here is the same one that I have with my M1 Max. And just a few months ago, this was the bells and whistles, and it's the highest thing. So this, the base model, can do anything that you want, whether that would be game development or whether that would be iOS development. Now for installing Unreal Engine, I will only install the early access 2, because I have had an experience where the preview doesn't work. It's just very problematic and it has a lot of issues with it. But the early access usually have good optimization and it would work without any issues. And then of course I will be downloading TwinMotion so I can test it as well. But going back, is this machine enough for development? Yes. If you are doing web development, this machine is really good. If you are doing game development, I think this machine is decent. And if you are doing iOS development, this machine is wonderful as well. I would only increase the storage from 500 gigabytes to 1 terabyte, because 512 is definitely not enough. I would go with 1 terabyte as a minimum, and then if I can even splunge higher, I would do that. Granted, there are some rumors that the hard drive inside the machine should be upgradable either through Apple or just doing it yourself. But doing it yourself would definitely be pain in the butt. However, come back later to Apple and then change the hard drive inside to something better that you want. So we will go ahead and create the MetaHuman project, which would be the 5.0, and then we will download City Park, and then with City Park I would like to download the Sci-Fi project as well, and the Sci-Fi project would be for Unreal Engine number 5, and then the vehicle project while we are at it for Unreal Engine 4.27. So these the stuff that would be downloading, and those stuff will be tested with TwinMotion, and then with the marketplace I don't think I need to download anything else. So this is ready. Now what I need to do is to get a Blender on board, which is still downloading. What I want to do now is open Unity and install Unity as well. Usually with a terminal I like to set it up and do some stuff, but since this machine would be for testing, at least for now, I don't think I will do any optimization for the terminal. And that's something actually valuable. Windows usually doesn't have that, and that's one of the main reasons why I like Mac OS in general, at least for development. A Blender, it's taking its time to download, and I believe because I am downloading this right here, which is 6 gigabytes for Unreal Engine. I would like to see the results of that compared to the M1 Max with my 16-inch MacBook Pro. I think this will be a very interesting comparison to see how things would go in general. But overall, I do recommend this machine even before testing for web development or iOS development. I think it will be more than enough. Again, the only thing that I will change is improve the storage, because again, for me, I would definitely, personally, I would go for a minimum of 4 terabytes of storage and upwards. But for you, if I am recommending that to someone or to any developer or whatever that might be, I would definitely say the minimum that you should get is only 1 terabyte, and then you should go from there. And that was just a quick setup. I will continue installing things and continue setting up things. I don't think I will sign in into my account or download Final Cut Pro or anything like that, because I want the machine to be solely for testing. And I think with testing, 512 gigabyte would barely be enough to do the testing that I want to do with it. So this machine would be fairly only for testing, and then after finishing the testing, I might keep it or get rid of it. I have not decided yet. We will definitely see. Even though I think the personal machine of this caliber for me would be the M1 Ultra with 4 terabytes of NVMe SSD, and of course 128 gigabyte of RAM, because the more RAM that you can give me, the better. And right now we are just, throwing things here and there, and what we are looking at around 14 gigabytes of RAM being used. Granted, there is 18 gigabytes that is cached as well, so 18 plus 13, that's 20, 28, 29, 30, 32, so it's barely touching the 32 mark. However, the swap memory, it's still 0, but I do think at some point I will start using a swap memory as well, and that's why having as much RAM as you can is always beneficial. 32 gigabyte of RAM is not bad by any means. It's actually really cool. Keep in mind, tomorrow you will start seeing videos about that in order to do more testing. With that being said, that's everything. I just wanted to show you how to quickly set up the device and then go through it and such, at least as a developer. Bye bye.